What's up? This is Ryan.
Hey, and it's Michael. Welcome to another episode of All Day Unpacked. We are back with the Week 8 close, Week 9 preview episode. And what were your takeaways from Week 8, man?
It seemed like pretty much like a wrap, especially in one game, and then all of a sudden, out of the sky came this ball, and then it got tipped, and it landed in his hands, and there it was. Noah Brown. Give him the legendary. That we posted about the Hail Mary, and somebody suggested, I don't remember exactly who it was, but somebody's like, give the moment to Noah Brown, and I thought that was genius right there. But
I don't think that's going to happen, but
I don't think so either. But boy, I'd say that'd be great.
Yeah.
So, what was your thoughts on that game? That was, I mean, here's the thing. It sucks to have your team, but it's good for football. Everybody likes to see a Hail Mary get completed. It's like an onside kick that works.
Yeah.
It's just.
Yeah, no, it does suck. I've never. The Bears are always creative when they're finding new ways to fail. So it is what it is. I mean, I think honestly, it's like the Bears had no business winning that game in the first place. They stunk the whole time, and then they just got they kind of caught fire at the end of the midway through the fourth quarter. They finally decided to start playing, and so the fact that they were even winning that, I was like stunned that they were going to walk out of that game with a win, honestly, and so It's like if they'd have been up 35-0 and Washington would have come back and and that would have been the capper, that would have hurt a lot more. But I mean, the Bears were just horrible that game, and it's unfortunate because it was that was kind of the game, the big showdown. And I hate to be one of those guys that blames a coordinator, but man, I just don't get how if you're an offensive coordinator and you got Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, Rome Odunze, Cole Kmet, DeAndre Swift, you got all these guys, and you can't figure out I'm looking downfield and these guys are not open. And then I see the Commanders, and they're running around Terry McLaurin, who's a good receiver, Noah Brown, who's all right, but I mean by no way are the Commander receivers better. And I see guys running open against a way better secondary. And it's how is that possible? And to me, it's scheme. And I get the Bears O-line isn't great. I mean, the left tackle got hurt, Braxton Jones, and they had to bring in a guy who, he had a rough start. But nonetheless, I don't know. It is what it is. It's just one of those things. The one that got me, I don't want to make this a Bears podcast. But
the one thing I will say that really got me was the fact that they gave them. I mean, Tony Romo, I think it was Tony Romo, drew it on the screen and said, they could just run a 10-yard out here just to get closer, and they played so far back on it. And I mean, they did exactly that.
Yeah, Eberflus screwed up at the end where they gave him 13 free yards. They didn't play the outs. It's what? Why not? What were they? Because they had no timeouts. It was they weren't going to get another playoff. It's they should have, and they also had 3 timeouts. So hey, call a timeout, set a defense. The other thing too is on the Hail Mary, you never have 4 guys jumping for the ball. 1 guy jumps for the ball, the other 3 play the tip. So there were so many things that went wrong.
How about the Tyreek Stevens?
Oh yeah, I mean, dude, God, it was just there were errors all around. So it's not people can be mad at Tyreek, but honestly, it's not just Tyreek. First of all, again, coach, call a timeout before that first play. Get your defense set on the edges so that they can't do that quick 13 out. If they want to run the Hail Mary with 13 seconds left, great, let them.
Yeah.
The chances of it succeeding are poor anyway. And then, he couldn't, and there's no way he could have got the ball down that far. So it's they would have had to go to the middle of the field, clock would have run out, they would have never got set, game over. So use a timeout. And then, okay, fine, you screw up, you give them the 13 yards, call a timeout, make sure everybody on that field, you don't get to keep those timeouts for the next game. Spend it right now. The clock's already stopped. Tell your defense what to do. Make sure everybody knows their assignment. Make sure that Tyreek Stevenson knows he's got Noah Brown. Don't jump for the ball, and it's just I don't know, man. It looked like a game of 500 out in the backyard where you just in the backyard, just throwing that ball up and everybody's just jumping up for it. It was oh my! The second I saw everybody jump, I was like, we're done. I knew it was just going to go bad. So
that's the way she goes. So either way, somebody's going to get a legendary out of it. We know that.
Yeah, Jaden got his legendary minted right there, and I'm sure they put that one in the. I mean, obviously, if he does something even more spectacular, but that one's in the pocket. That'll be his rookie. What is it? The legendary says it. Rookie revelations. Okay. That's it. I mean, no question. So
yeah, I think so.
Yep.
I think so.
Yeah.
It was good for football, but terrible for the Bears. And then, hey, the Commanders have a bunch of people believing in the Commanders now that probably,
I will say this, like the Bears defense did a really nice job of containing Jaden Daniels. He didn't it wasn't like he went off. They didn't even get a single touch. That was their first touchdown of the game. That's what's amazing.
All right, let's get to Playbook. Let's get to Playbook before we lose half of our viewers.
Yeah, you think I'm fired up about the Bears? I'm about to get fired up about Playbook, dude. What the fuck is going on with Playbook? We had another week. We had 0 winners in winners in hard. We had 5 winners in fucking medium mode. 5 people out of 2,261. 5 people won. 5. Like, dude, look, I get it. I know they're trying to not make it too easy, but this is just stupid. And it's like, of course they're doing this at the worst time, because right now is when basketball season's starting and everybody's playing, the Top Shot game, which is Fast Break. And I'm going to say, as someone who I've never played Fast Break before, so I decided, hey, I'm going to play it this season just to compare. And I get it. It is. You play it every night, and it's like you don't even win something every night, but you're competing every night. And so it's like you're kind of building, but you win, you can win every night. So it's like if you win 3 nights, you earn a pack. If you win 6 nights, you get the next pack. If you win 9 nights, you get the third pack. And on top of that, it's like you're playing for the overall leaderboards. And so it's kind of nice that way.
Okay.
It goes across 2.5 weeks or 2 weeks or something of games, and then it resets and you do it again.
Okay.
So it's just more rapid fire. And it's the problem with Playbook right now with the NFL is it's so boom or bust that it's and it's mostly bust. We had the 1 week where not everybody, but a lot of people won. But outside of that, it's these weeks, it's they keep fucking making it so it's impossible to win. And guess what they did this week, dude? What do you think the first fucking thing? It's look. The first thing,
I've seen it already. Yeah. It's
you have to get a guy that throws. First of all, you got to get 5 things, okay? And just hitting number 1 alone is going to be a challenge, because number 1 alone is 3 touchdown passes by a quarterback.
Right.
Right now, and I looked this up. Right now, Jordan Love 2.5 touchdown passes per game or whatever is what he's averaging. He's kind of your best on the board. Kirk Cousins up there too. But again, they're averaging 2 a game. And so it's you have to get someone who's going to hit 3. And then on top of that, you got to get a receiving touchdown, a rushing touchdown, a reception over 40 yards, and a sack.
Yes, the one over 40 yards. I mean, that pretty much cements it. So let's say you're lucky enough to pick the passer that gets, 3 touchdowns, but then you got to hit the 40 yard. Yeah. I don't know.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you're going to play it right, whoever your 300-yard pass or your 3 touchdown passer is, that's going to be the team that you want to have your 40-yard catch on, because it's one of them's going to have to go. I mean, anyway, it's just ridiculous. I don't know. Hopefully, hopefully I'm wrong. And this week is an offensive explosion, but I mean, I could see another week of 0 hard wins again.
Here's the thing: if it's about money, if they're giving out too much money, then what they need to do is lessen the prize. It doesn't need to be $1,500.
Here's the other thing too. It's I've been thinking about this, and it's fuck, don't give out money. Give out packs. Give out packs with chances at lottery ticket chances. Give out packs where the easy pack has shots that are rare. The medium pack has shots at a legendary. The hard pack has shots at an ultimate or something. It's
sure,
or whatever, or make them all have those shots. But point being, it's it's the cash is nice, but I think it's people in Top Shot are playing for. I mean, you're playing for packs on the kind of the daily thing or whatever, and you're playing overall. You get balance. So anyway, they need to redo this. I know they redid it for this year, but man, it's just it's not going well. I don't know. I was more excited about it earlier when people were winning, but it's when it's a week of 0 winners after a week of 2 winners after a week of 2 winners. It's I mean, and I'm looking at the numbers and they're starting to drop. I'm looking, it was 405 entries last week in hard, 386 this week, 2339 in medium, 2261 this week. It's people are losing interest. It's like I'm seeing, you're seeing that drop because it's like they're like, what? There's no chance of winning anyway, so why even waste my time? That's a bad sign. It's like,
yes,
you already have the moments. It takes literally 5 minutes to plug these moments in, and you've created a product that's so bad right now that people aren't even taking 5 minutes out of their day for a chance to win $100.
agreed.
Not good. Not good.
No.
So,
and I mean, the way I see it is like this: there's a Thursday night game, there's the Sunday games, and there's Monday night games. Make some type of contest, make something going on Thursday night. You don't have to give out. You just do something Thursday night. Like I mean, like think of like this week. It's what is it? Jets versus who?
Texans.
Texans, right? Yep. Couldn't they do like something where you'd have to pick? Like they could do a hard mode where you could say, okay, this is gonna be hard, and you'd have to have like the team Jets legendary to pick which team's gonna win. You'd have to have a Texans team moment and a Jets team moment, and you could say this is the hard. So people rush out. They got to go by the Jets moment. Therefore, it bumps up the Jets team moment. Okay, that's for hard. And then you maybe you got to answer a couple simple questions, right? In the legendary category to kind of keep that in its own category, and then maybe do like a few other things for like the medium, and then make an easier one and just lessen the prize a little bit. I mean, get creative with it. To me, there's all these outlets that they could do. It's like take the old playbook, take the new playbook, and put a little effort into it. It just seems like they're creating something and they're trying to recycle it every week, and then they're trying to narrow down the money part of it, and it just seems very calculated.
Yeah, I think I hear what you're saying, and I know you're working the team moments in, so God bless you.
It's not.
But here's what I would rather see. I'd rather see them say like, pick 3 players. Like I'm gonna steal the idea from the fast break game. Pick 3 players that are gonna have combined 250 yards from scrimmage. Pick pick a pass, or pick one passer that's gonna throw for 250 yards or more. So, like meaning like. Use your moments, like use more moments to combine and make like things that, like, do you know what I'm saying? And again, it's just the Thursday game. It doesn't have to be a huge prize. Make it like, I mean, if you just made it like a free for all, you can use, rares, legendaries, or whatever, like make it rares and above, or make it commons and above. Whatever. I don't fucking care anymore.
Right.
Just like make it a free for all or here's the thing, give rares. Rares get if you play a rare of a guy, you get a 10% bonus on his yards. If you play a legendary, you get a 20% bonus of his yards, right?
Okay.
So, and you have to put together, 4 guys or 3 guys that are going to hit X number of total yards. And then on the defensive side, you have to get X number of guys that are going to have this many tackles between them. So you got to, pick 3 guys that are going to amass 10 tackles between all 3 of them. It's like, and make like, here's the thing. It's like now I got to use 3 defensive moments. Holy shit. Mm-hmm. That'd be nice to actually need to use defensive moments beyond just one guy that gets sacks, right? It's like 10 guys and that's it. And then I've got to use 3 offensive moments for my receivers and my running backs, and then a quarterback, it's like, and then fuck it, throw the team moment in and say like, tiebreaker or whatever, pick who wins, make that something separate. But it's like, again, like you said, get more creative. Just like start like thinking about things. Like don't like it's again. It's like right now it's just repeat. Like, right.
It's
and
bullshit.
It's not and it's not getting, and no one's hair is getting clean. It's no one's getting shit. They gave away a total of $760 last week. Look, here's the thing. I don't know. Maybe they're waiting for this week because the big drop that's coming this week, and maybe they're going to be money bags, and so they can give it out then or whatever. But it's like, dude, don't. It's just like, I don't know. It just does
not seem like the way to go.
No, it's like, I think it's demoralizing.
Right. And when they did the $10,000 thing, I think that's when they stepped in the doo-doo, because they came up with like, okay, let's do this $10,000 thing. And to me, it seemed like a ploy to get people to spend their money to try and do the $10,000 thing. And then they made it really hard. So then they made sure that all the people that went out there and won the previous week would spend all their money to try and get into the 10,000. It's like, here's the cheese.
And I'm fine with that. I was fine with the $10,000 thing and only 2 people winning it, because at least 2 people won it. But when the prize is $1,500 and 0 people win it, what the fuck? I mean, it's like, what, dude? Less people won $1,500 than won $10,000. That's not how it's supposed to work.
No, it's kind of a shit show right now. And again, it's just, you just wonder who's behind all this, because it's like, it doesn't seem like somebody who understands football, or, I mean, I understand there's like money to it, but it just, to me, they keep doing the same fucking thing. It's
so
like,
here's what I'm going to say. In defense of whoever's designing it, there is the programming behind the wheel here. So
I get that shit. I mean, come
dude,
on.
it is not like coming up with this, testing it, running it, blah, blah, blah. That is not easy. And they don't have a huge team. So I hear you, but coming up with like we're like coming up with all these new like rules and all these new ways.
No,
you can't just, that doesn't just turn on.
Yeah, but again, what I'm saying is they keep saying like, pick a passer that does this many yards. I mean, couldn't they do like something like a little different? I mean, it's literally the same formula every time. You just need the same moments. I can't tell you how many times I've played Jared Goff. I just keep playing the same fucking guys. I've played, all you need is a Derrick Henry, a Jared Goff, and a couple other dudes, and you're set. You need like 7 moments.
Yeah.
You don't even need the rest of them. So that's what I'm saying, is like, there's no creativity whatsoever. You know, the first slot's going to be a quarterback, and then it's like, are the next two a running back and a receiver? Or are they running back, and then it's like receiver, receiver.
Or is it a second quarterback? But I hear what you're saying, but again, I think that the way they coded it, it's just that's what it's going to be for now until they radically change it. So
I don't understand why they can't take the old playbook and implement that too. I mean, I feel like if they ran this simultaneously with the old playbook, at least that would be something.
Yeah.
I just, again, they always fumble at the beginning of the season, and this season they didn't. But now it's like almost halftime, and there goes the ball again.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not quite sure like what the, again, I think there's better. Again, I in the beginning of the season, I was hoping that Playbook was going to be more like the fast break game, and it wasn't. And I was like, all right, I'm going to give it a chance. And I think that was okay at the beginning, but like, it's gotten just to a point where it's just, again, it doesn't need to be me who wins it. I just need to see that somebody can win it. Like, it just needs to be winnable. I mean, when I look at the hard mode and there's 386 entries and not one hits, like, dude, somebody should just hit out of blind fucking luck, right? Like, I mean, someone should just get lucky and hit it. But it was like, it shouldn't be statistically impossible for somebody to win, like having the right combo of people or whatever. It's just dumb. Anyway.
To me, that's the problem is that they made the prize too rich. Like the 1,500, what they don't want to do is they don't want to like make it so too many people win. So they're trying to back off and trying to play this back and forth game. It's like, lessen it to like $250 and make it more fun. I'd rather just win $250 and say, hey, I won.
Right.
Instead of this bullshit where nobody wins. Like,
I agree.
Take away, like, it doesn't have to be such like a huge prize. I mean, or I don't know. Find a way, like, tell us what the total pot is that anybody can win, and then cut it off at a certain point and start giving packs. Yeah. I don't know.
They just got to make it. They just got to make it winnable. Again, it's the pot size. I personally, I think they mean to be giving away more money than they are. I don't think they're doing this to like hold back money. I think they think they're coming up with things where they're like, oh, like 5 to 10 people will win this, and then no one wins it. And they're like, ooh, whoops, we missed. That's what I personally think.
I don't know how
you think they're trying. You think they're like, hey, make it so no one wins this week.
No, I truly think that the people that are setting this up don't know football well enough to get this right.
I don't know where you get that idea. How do they not know football well enough? Like, they're not.
Because it's like, when you look at it, what are the chances that somebody throws for 3 touchdowns and then somebody catches like, you can predict a guy who catches the ball that's 40 yards? I mean, what are the chances? That doesn't
mean they don't know football. That just means they don't know probability. That just means like.
I mean, we've all watched it. To me, it's they don't understand football, because the likelihood that you would see that happen is highly unlikely. So yeah, maybe it's probability, but it's just like any clown in the fucking stands knows that the chances that those two things are going to happen is probably pretty low. And then you tack on all this other stuff, and it's like, then people just look at it and go like, what are the chances here? To me, that's just like somebody not even being realistic. That's like, why don't they just put 7?
I would, here's what I'll say is like, I'd love to know who is doing it. I don't know. Is it like is it the like Spencer and Otis guys? Are like they doing it? Is it someone at
I'd like to know too. I mean, why don't they just put a quarterback who throws 7 touchdowns and make it one moment only? I mean, why not do that? I mean, it's the same thing.
But yeah.
It's the same damn thing. And to me, again, I look at this and I'm like, this takes me to something I want to talk about, and then we'll get into a bunch of other stuff. The rare values I feel like are tanking. The fresh threads, the what is it called? The lunch codes, all these like new rare moments. I feel like unless it's a debut, they're just going in the toilet because again, there's no reason to have them. Right. And rares are hitting the skids, and I don't like seeing that. That pisses me off. Yeah. So again, coming up with ways to use more than just Jared Goff. Like, who doesn't play Derrick Henry every week? Right? Derrick Henry's the only running back you'll ever need. 1 touchdown, Derrick Henry. You put that down every single week, right? Right. There's no point to this. Yeah. I mean, it just that's just stupidity at its highest level. Let's just play Derrick Henry over and over. Just that's all you need. Yeah. I'm fucking so sick of that. Anyway,
yeah, and I think part of it too would be, again, it's not coming up with like different novel ways. Like, like with the old playbook, it would be like whoever, picked the top rusher that week or whatever. And so it's like, it doesn't always have to be Derrick Henry then, right? Like maybe, maybe he does, maybe it is him one week, but then the next week it's like Kyren Williams, or the next week it's Jahmyr Gibbs or David Montgomery, like somebody else or whatever. So, I mean, I totally get that. I mean, I think that it would be nice, to your comment on, the value of the rares or whatever. It's again, they don't give them any utility. So it's like, it would be, what if they, again, like to your point, what if they took the prize, dropped it down a little bit, made things a little bit easier, but instead of just having like, 1 rare, you have to have 3 unique rares of that player, or 2 unique rares of that player, or something where you have to have like, where it gives a reason.
Point. Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah, I would take anything at this point. Yeah. Again, I mean, like whatever happened to just have launch codes season 3, or have a set of something, anything. Yeah. It's just, I like, they lose me on this stuff. I understand that people like fantasy, but it's down to 5 moments. Have the playbook, have it for packs. Like, do what they're doing. Have the free one, have the super hard one, but then have something to supplement this. So when this all goes to shit, people are still playing for something. Yeah.
I mean, I think it's with the rares or whatever, there's got to be a reason to collect them. There's got to be a reason to collect them, and there's not right now. And it's like they've gone all in on the rookie stuff, and so they've kind of let the superstar stuff kind of fall by the wayside.
I like the rookie stuff, but I'm getting bored by the rookie stuff. Yeah. It's like, I mean, I get that everybody's trying, like there's a certain few people that are trying to buy up all these rookies, and they're all becoming kind of overvalued in a sense, and everybody's trying to hold on for the legendary and for the rares that are going to come out, and then they're going to get them, and then once they get the opportunity to maybe dump some of these, then they're probably going to. I'm sure maybe they'll have to lock them or do whatever.
We'll get into that when we get in the rares, because I have a different viewpoint. But let's talk first. All right, so the chase, let's go real quick. All right, so anyway, playbook needs to get fixed, obviously. Yep. So moving on, the Chase the Moment pack this week is going to be, they're doing a little bit of a twist. It had been a metallic gold LE the last few weeks. This week it's going to be a new launch code moment featuring Jameis Winston eating the dub in Cleveland, making that nice pass to what was his name? Tillman. Was it Tillman?
No, it was. I know who you're talking about, but yeah, the unlikely hero. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Anyway,
decent.
Yeah. So that's that. Anyway, so what they've done now is they've also made it so it's $5 a pack, and now they've upped the chance of getting a rare. It was like 5%, 10%. Now they've upped it to 25%. So now it's a 25% chance you get a rare in those packs, which is great. So, anyway, yeah. So that's the new packs, but a new launch code moment. So it's like you may have completed launch codes or think you have, and guess what? There's another launch code moment you have to get now.
But you will not need launch codes for anything. But launch codes is there.
One of these days you'll need it for something. But who knows what it'll be.
All I can think of is that Titanic meme that says, I've been waiting for 80 some years, whatever.
Yeah. It does feel that way.
Okay. Yeah, it is that way.
Cedric Tillman. It was a Tillman. Cedric Tillman was the guy who caught the pass. But so
Cedric
it was
the
Tillman.
Entertainer. There we go.
Cedric the Entertainer caught it. Okay. So those packs, I'll be curious to see. I feel like they're going to get lost in the sauce. There was a Q&A today for Brock Bowers.
Okay.
So I know you were busy. I attended that. That was interesting. It's cool to hear. It's always cool to hear kind of their viewpoint of coming in the NFL. It was entertaining. They ripped a few packs. He talked through some plays or whatever. It's always awkward. I feel like they put him on the spot to talk through other players' plays, and it's like they don't know their offense, they don't know their what they're doing or whatever, and it's like it's tough for them to do that. Whereas he was talking about the plays from their stuff. It was like that. I thought I was like, hey, okay, that was more engaging because it was like he was walking through Madison's touchdown, and he was like, that was our first touchdown of the season. He knew exactly what that was, right? And then he saw another play, and he's like, he knew exactly what that was. So it was cool that he knew, he was getting more insight on those moments that were from this season, and including that he had played in, and that was really interesting. So
get him a Raiders team pack.
That's what they did. So they were doing some of the Raiders team packs that they're giving away.
Got it.
So. But that was more engaging, having them walk through Raiders, more of the this season Raider moments. So and then he even walked through a couple of his own. So that, I think that's that was beneficial. But he was engaging. He was cool. It was good to listen to him. But
okay.
But anyway, yeah. So the only thing I'd say too, though, is it's I get why they gate it to the top 50 or whatever people and such, but at the same time, it's not like there's. I don't know why they gate that access. You don't get anything special out of it, right? They should, if they're going to do anything, they should just make give something a little extra to the top 50 everybody. And then let everybody. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, the whole thing is if just let people get engaged in the product. That's not one where it's exclusive access to anything. I mean, maybe it is, but I've attended some of those and.
Or put it on YouTube afterwards. Maybe you don't get to go to a live and ask questions, but let people watch the playback.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I think that's a great idea.
Let's get into the meat. So your overvalued rookies comment is about to come to a head here. So there is a new pack drop coming out this week. It is Regal Rookies. This is we talked about this a few episodes back. This is the first step. So now we're getting into the rares of these rookies. They're mimicking kind of what they did with in Top Shot. So even though these rares weren't debuts and they're not in Top Shot, these rares actually maintain more value than the debut moments. So I'm not saying it's going to happen here. I'm just telling you what happened in Top Shot.
Sure.
So some of these what are coming out now, some of these rares when they came out in the Victor Wembanyama, when it came out in last season was going for $1,000. It was crazy. Yep. So I'm going to say that Jaden Daniels is our Victor Wembanyama this year, right?
Sure.
They're limited. These rares are limited to only 199, so it's a very limited mint. Okay. They've got, and then the way they're doing it now, it's interesting. There's 2 packs. There's the quick rip pack, and the quick rip pack has 5 slots. And then the first slot is a chance at one of these rares or a common rookie, and it can be a lot of different guys. It's not just, you're not guaranteed a star or anything. It could be anybody.
Okay.
And then there is one, basically every pack has a chance at pulling one of these rares or an ultimate. There's some ultimates mixed into the quick rip packs. So there are 7 ultimates into the quick rip packs. So there's 26,000 quick rip packs. What's that?
How many packs and how much are they per?
$5.
And
5
how many
moments.
Okay.
And basically it's 3 common moments, 1 stadium moment, which is an uncommon.
Okay.
And then 1 moment that's either a rookie debut or a 10% chance at a rare. And then again, there's 7 ultimates mixed in.
And then what are the numbers on the amount of rares of the superstars mixed in there.
So they're all mixed in evenly. I don't know. Right. I don't know exactly how many Jaden Daniels are in there, but there are. So there's in the rookie rares, there's 10, 20, maybe like 30-ish players in the rookie rare set. Okay. And in that rookie rare set, you could get anybody. So you could get, Jaden Daniels, or you could get Max Melton. Right? There's no.
Got it. So they put 30. Okay.
So you maybe get a good guy, you maybe get whatever. Like, it's more of a lottery ticket, right? So you could pull a Jaden Daniels rare out of there. You could pull a Jaden Daniels ultimate. There's going to be a Jaden Daniels ultimate in the quick rip packs.
But there's 26,000 packs, right?
That's right. Okay. So your chances aren't great.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. Not great, but they exist.
Not great.
But again, only $5 a pack.
Okay.
So I feel like those are gonna sell out. Those are gonna go very fast. Those are gonna do very well. Now,
until here's your premium pack. Get pulled.
Correct. But I think they'll pre-sell all of them. I think all 26,000 will go, unless they do it. If they're smart, they're going to do those 26,000 as a pre-sale. If they try to do it like a first come first serve, you're absolutely right. As soon as some of the ultimates, I mean, there's 7 of them, so it'll last a while. But but you're right. The packs. With 7 ultimates, $5 lottery tickets will sell well. Those, I think, all 26,000 sell out. I really do.
Yeah,
because they're going to make the limit on that like 100. So you're going to get some of the big dogs that are going to buy 100 or 200 or whatever. Like there's people are going to want those packs. Anyway, those are easy, right? Those are easy packs. This is a little bit more controversial one. So the premium pack comes with 4 moments, and 4 moments, it costs $400. Here's why, and here's the reasoning. In slot number 1, you're getting a guaranteed you're getting a rare of either Harrison Jr., Xavier Legette, Jaden Daniels, Brian Thomas Jr., or Xavier Worthy. That's slot 1. Okay?
Yep.
So you're guaranteed one of those guys. You're also guaranteed in slot 2 one of these guys. Caleb Williams, Malik Neighbors, Roma Dunze, Brock Bowers, or Drake May.
Okay.
So you're guaranteed one from each of those. Now, the only way you don't get one of those is if you pull one of the ultimates. So you could pull an ultimate. There's 7 ultimates in these packs as well. Slot number 3 is like the next tier of guys. It's got Spencer Rattler, Ray Davis, Bucky Irving, Keon Coleman, Ladd McConkey, Bo Nix, Jalen Polk, Latu, Jared Verse, Quinyon Mitchell. That's that slot. So you're guaranteed a rare there. So a third rare. And then your last slot, you're guaranteed a 4th rare from like the lowest tier of guys. I won't go through them all, but it's got like the Edrin Cooper, Byron Murphy, Tavondre Sweat, Max Melton, Tony Franklin, Cade Stover, like Terrion Arnold. So some of the defensive players, some of the they're doing well, but they're not like the big names like the other guys. So slot 1 and 2 are like the premiums. Slot 3 are like the, like the strong performers. And then 4 is like kind of going to be, 4 will be the rares that are going to be like the $10 rares. Right. So, but $400 for that pack.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on that?
My thoughts are again, if they think this is going to go like Top Shot, which is probably what they're trying to emulate, then these are priced well. But everything I see with the All Day crowd is that they are financially less than the Top Shot crowd. So whereas like Jaden Daniels should come out of this pack, if you pull a Jaden Daniels rare out of this, you should be going for like $400, right? Because he's the premium guy.
Okay.
He should be going for like $300 or $400. I don't think he's going to, and I can see from your face, you don't think he's going to go that high.
No.
And I'm saying, I don't think he will either. And so then it's going to make these packs not worth it.
No, these packs are not worth this. This sounds like the biggest shit show I've ever heard.
So,
I mean, I would say that, again, if they're not the debuts, and there's really, based on the playbook so far, I mean, again, maybe Top Shot's different, and maybe there's usage and utility for these. But there's going to be like a little bit of utility for these if you wanted to use them for the playbook. But really, you could get by with Derrick Henry as your running back and some, it's not like these rookies are really like racking up the numbers. So it's not like they would be beneficial to use as quarterbacks. So to me, there's no value.
Right. Unless Playbook changes and they start saying, play a rookie this, do a rookie that, like unless that becomes a challenge level. So
maybe, I mean, yeah.
Or, you get island games that they start putting things,
But then I would say this. I would say, okay, but the way that they've done Playbook and the way that you've kind of described it to me is that rares only have a value of, that constitute a prize of $100. So if that's the case, then spending $400 to try and get these moments to try and play in a contest that wins you $100 doesn't seem like a really good investment to me. It seems like you'd be better off taking that $400 and buying more legendaries and playing for the big bucks.
Right. Well,
that's why I shot a hole in the theory of the $100 rare thing. That's why I still think to this day the $100 rare thing is a total shit show. Because people have paid all this money for these rares, and now you're like, here's $100. It's like, I get that the legendaries, you've paid all this money, but it's got to be more of a. Again, I don't see how this works. It doesn't, unless they completely back out of this and say, well, we messed up. Like, let's make the rare thing a lot more valuable because this is what we're trying to do.
Yeah, I mean, if they wanted, it's you want to save the rares, that's what you do. But I don't think they want to save the rares. I think they're looking at their product and they're saying, we're gonna start saving the legendaries first, pull up the stars. We're gonna pull up the the rookies. That they're focusing on that. So
yeah, I mean, I think they're just gonna do a rookie playbook.
I don't know what they're gonna do, but I'm just telling you that this is so. It's a $400 pack. There's 7 ultimates buried in here, just like there are on the other ones. There's only 500 of these packs, so your odds of pulling an ultimate are a lot better. There's 7 out of 500, which isn't, again, still not great, but it's a lot better than the other one. But yeah, $400 is a steep price.
$400 and there's no legendaries involved. That does not sound like it adds up.
No, there's ultimates involved.
7. I'm talking about there's no guarantee. Like,
you're saying
if there was a guaranteed legendary involved, then I could start to wrap my head around this. But this sounds ridiculous. Like, this doesn't even sound.
All right. So I want you to tell me when this comes out, what is the Jaden Daniels rare going for?
I mean, so here's what I'll say. First of all, I don't know what they're going to do. If they create some magical new playbook where Jaden Daniels.
Let's say they don't. Let's just say, because first of all, there's no magical new playbook right now. So there's nothing we know of. I'm saying, knowing what you know right now, this drops because the thing is, the packs drop in 2 days. So unless they do a magical, so I'm saying, if for some reason there's a new playbook, you can throw away what Ryan says. But Ryan's going to give you his price estimation if everything stays the same going forward.
$80?
I disagree. I got to disagree there because it's like,
his
debut's going for $150.
So why wouldn't you want, everybody wants the debut. What do you want?
But there's 1,500 debuts. There's only 200 of these. There's only 200 of these.
There's so many draw it ups that only have 400. Nobody wants those.
You look at the draw it ups that are lower mint, they do pretty well.
I mean, think of it. There's going to be another rare of Jaden Daniels next year. What do I need a rare for Jaden Daniels for? It's not his debut.
Yeah.
And there's no utility for it. What do I need it for?
Dude, if it's $80,
based on what you're telling, I'd be shocked if it's $80. Why would it be worth anything more? I just can't think of what you've told me. You
do need them to trade it. You do need them at some point. So some of the things that they're going to do, and we'll get into that, is that you can burn. You're going to be able to burn these moments to earn the rare moments, and then burn the rares to earn the legendary.
Right. It would seem advantageous to me to have bought the common moments and gone that route to know that you had them versus buying the packs. Buy the common moments, make sure and lock down your Jaden Daniels, and have them so you can just burn them and get it. Because I mean, how many Jaden Daniels could they really ask you to burn to get a rare? I mean, again,
we'll get into that. So you're saying the premium, out of like a $400 pack, the premium guys can go for $80.
I guess, I mean, unless they've announced something where they say that you have to have this many rares to burn for a legendary.
No, I mean, there's no. I don't think there's a formula. I think it's probably going to be like an auction, where it's whoever the top 10 burners of a guy will, get the rare or get the legendary.
I mean, the only thing I can say is that, I mean, if they release 30 out of 199, the price might shoot up. But I'm telling you right
releasing
now,
I think they're releasing pretty close to all 199 in the packs.
Well, no, don't you have to burn? My understanding was that you had to burn a bunch of commons to get to the rare.
So what I'm saying is they're releasing, I believe, pretty much all of the 199. Some are in the packs, and then we'll come back and we'll do prices. Let me tell you the rest about like kind of what got announced today, and then we'll come back to it. So
absolutely.
Okay, so they're saying, hey, you use your collection to earn these new rares, jersey serials, crates of all 31. It's 31 new rookies. So I said 30. I was one off. Signed memorabilia, etc. So there's a couple of new things. Trade in rookie debut common moments for the Regal Rookies, right? So there's 15 per rookie that you can burn for, and it's an auction. So whoever the top 15 burners of, Jaden Daniels common moment will earn one of the rare moments.
Okay.
Now, if you're willing to burn, which is probably going to be, I'll guess, somewhere in the 3 to 5 range, Jaden Daniel debuts that are going for $150 a piece. Mm-hmm. How is that going to be an $80 moment? I just don't you got to think there's no way. Otherwise you wouldn't burn a single moment. No one would even burn for this.
And maybe I'm missing something here. So let's say they put out this and the top amount of people that burn Jaden Daniels get a Jaden Daniels rare. What do I need the Jaden Daniels rare for? Is it to get the legendary?
I mean, that's one route to it, but no, you don't need that to get the legendary.
But I mean, that is kind of the main route to get there, right? You want to burn the legendary or burn.
No, it's what's the other route? Well, here, all right, I'll keep going. So trade in specific moments for a crate. You could do a crate like they'll say trade in these to get the crate. You can pull the crate that way. There'll be 4 crates up for grabs, so then you can go that way. You can trade in moments to earn the jersey serial of the player, or you can trade in specific moments to get specific players. Now, something new that's coming that kind of blew my mind was it says starting later this week, burn 2024 season rookie moments for all day balance in a new challenge. So you're going to burn moments and get money back from all day.
Okay.
So it's I don't know what they're going to give per person, but they're going to say for instance, you burn a Jaden Daniels, we're going to give you $100 in balance or something, right? So So that is going to be starting later this week. That to me is very interesting. I'll be to see people, will they burn a moment? How much will they have to give them to get someone to burn a moment in all day versus sell it and get, because I feel there's going to have to be a premium. They're going to have to say otherwise, why wouldn't you sell it for more?
My thought is this: why are we burning the Jaden Daniels debut?
To make it more scarce, dude. They're trying to they're making it super scarce.
I understand that they're trying to make it super scarce, but as a holder of Jaden Daniels debuts, why would I want to burn them to get to the rare, to get to the legendary?
Because they're going to be even more scarce.
To me, when Jaden Daniels is 7 years into the league and we're 7 years down the line, people are going to say, do you got the Jaden Daniels debut or do you got the Jaden? I mean, do you want the debut? We've talked about this with Patrick Mahomes. Do you want to have the debut?
But look at there's a Travis Kelce and a Patrick Mahomes moment where there's only 15 or 19 of them, right? And they're worth a lot. There's a Justin Jefferson ultimate that there's only 4 of. And that thing is I mean, that one you can't really even count it because it's almost a 1 of 1. But I'm just saying there is some value. People who like these players, they want 1 of each.
I understand that. And so you're taking Patrick Mahomes, who's a great player. He's proven he's kind of your,
and that's the point here is Jaden Daniels is
could.
And that's what you're banking. That's what you're banking on, because here's the thing. If he does, and you were the guy who got all the Jaden Daniels and got the rare and got the legendary, and he does become the next Mahomes or, whatever.
Yeah.
Now you got something that's really valuable. That's the idea.
Maybe I look at things back assward, but when I look at this, I say to myself, what if I'm the guy who hangs on to all the Jaden Daniels? Like, let's say I got like 100 Jaden Daniels, like, commons right now. They're the debuts. And then a bunch of these turkeys go out there and they burn them all, making my debut super scarce. And they all go for the rare and the legendary. And I'm the guy still holding the 100 of the common debuts. And I just sit there and say, I'm good. Like, to me,
and that's the beauty, like that. And that has always been All Day's kind of stance, is that some people like to risk it and some people don't. And so this mechanism rewards both of you. And that's the beauty of it. Is right. Like, hey, I guess, you stand pat and you stand on your 10 or 20 or 5 or 2 Jaden Daniels and just hold them and keep them and don't go for the rare, don't go for the legendary. And, that's fine. But then what happens is, like, these will go up, but then those legendaries become kind of like the grail moments. Like, it's like, oh yeah, everybody's kind of got one of those Jaden Daniels debuts, but only the real fans of Jaden Daniels have that moment.
And only the real fans have the Zach Wilson debut legendary moment too.
Yeah, and he could be RG3, right? Like, RG3 was like very, you look at RG3 and he was like awesome, and then all of a sudden he wasn't. So I'm right. Again, I get it.
I'm not saying that. I guess I'm just, this is where I look at this and I say, like, I don't see the value in these rares. I could see where some people would want to, try and get to the legendary because there might only be a few of them. But if you're just going to make this step from common to rare and you're never going to make it to legendary, I don't see the purpose. If you're going to make the jump and you're going to go the full route to the legendary, then I see the purpose. And to me, that only isolates a few people. And it says,
I think there's going to be a lot of people who want a Jaden Daniels rare to play in the, Playbook games and to play in the on the moment fantasy game and things like that too. Like, that would be, you would have a distinct advantage to have a guy that not many people have.
Yeah. I mean, I guess, you could look at it that way, but statistically, usually rookies are not.
Well, Anyway, so let's keep going. Okay, so they're doing another thing too, where you can lock it. You'll be able to lock the rookie leaders in receiving yards, rushing yards, passing yards, and tackles, and get Rewind Catalyst Series 1 packs. So, it's something they're going to throw in there, but just a nice little locking challenge to give away some old packs. All right, now there's a lot coming down for people who are like top fans. So here we go. The top 2 collectors of each Regal Rookie player's top fans board, that was a lot, will receive that rare moment. So if you are one of the top 2, so let's take Brian Thomas Jr., because I know he's your guy. If you're in the top 2 of Brian Thomas Jr.'s fans that have locked moments, right? If you're in the top 2, you automatically get his rare moment.
Got it. Okay. I mean, I could dig that.
Then two collectors within the top 25 will also get that. So they'll do that whole weighted, like the more you, like every dollar you lock is like 1 entry, and then they do a lottery and then they'll pull it out, and then 2 more people will get a rare moment as well. The snapshot, just so everybody knows, the snapshot that's being taken where this all goes down is Halloween Day, October 31st at noon Eastern. So 9 a.m. West Coast, noon Eastern. That's when the snapshot happens. So wherever you're at that time, that's what all this gets judged on. Just so everybody knows if this is interesting. So
right. And how many players is this for?
This is for every 31. Everyone that has a Regal Rookie.
Got it.
Okay. 1 collector in the top 25 of each Regal Rookies top team. So if you're in the Jaguars board and you're in the top 25, 1 person will get that moment as well.
Okay.
And then 1 person in the top 10. So of all the 1,500 rookies that are getting a rare one. And by the way, we didn't really talk about this, but they conveniently bumped Michael Penix out of the picture. Really? And replaced him with Brian Thomas Jr. Like, you look at those slots, right? when I read you the premium slots.
Oh, yeah.
Penix Jr.'s gone. Brian Thomas Jr.'s in. But the one that's really surprising is Bo Nix is out. And
really?
Bo Nix is out of the premium slots, and Xavier Legette is in. Now,
really?
Here's my theory. Yeah, here's my theory. Xavier Legette has played all right. He had a good week last week, but he hasn't. I would not say he's the top 10 of the rookies, but he has a deal with Allday. Remember, he did a Q&A with them, so he's like signed on as a person, just like Brock Bowers is. Brock Bowers is in the top 10. I think there was a little bit of a, let's just get Xavier Legette in the top 10 now. That's my opinion. If they put him in there. Now, I think he's still going to be a good receiver. I don't think he's like, it's not bad. But if that's the guy you pull in your premium slot, I don't know. I feel like Bo Nix has actually been kind of coming on. I might have kept Bo Nix. I might have kept Bo Nix. Been in there.
I'd kick them both out. They both get kicked out of that. I put in Coleman from the Bills.
Yeah, he's been coming on too lately. Put in.
Yeah. When they get to the playoffs, that's the dude.
Well, I hear you, but at the same time, Amari Cooper is really helping now. It's like Coleman will play. Coleman's a much better 2 than he is a 1. And so I think that's part of it.
Did you see that catch he made?
I did. He made a good catch. Yeah.
He did.
And that's going to be a moment. That'll probably be hopefully that's his Regal Rare moment. So
hopefully.
All right. Anyway, so one collector in the top 25 of the fan board. So one of the top 25 Jags collectors will get this moment.
Sure.
And then one collector in the top 10 of each of the 1,500 rookies will get their moment as it becomes, will get a jersey of that player. So even if you're a Penix holder who's in the top 1,500, if you're in the top 10 of Penix, they're going to do that, weighted draw again thing or whatever. One person in that top 10 is going to get a Penix jersey.
Cool.
So,
all right. Cool. I got no problems with any of that.
Yeah, no, I like all this kind of stuff when there's like a ton of shit that's just being thrown at us or whatever. So extra rewards for the top rookies. So it's, so then just kind of going on, there was a reminder that the top 5 offensive rookie of the year finalists and the defensive rookie of the year winner all get a legendary. And those legendaries are going to be minted to 50.
Back up here. So you're saying it's the top 5 on the offensive side and only the defensive rookie of the year, so only totaling 6?
That's correct.
You're not doing the top 5 on the defensive side?
That's correct.
I did not know that. Okay.
Yeah. So 6 players, if you're in the top 50 at the end of the year for those 6 players, you'll get a free legendary.
Got it. Okay.
And then same thing as before, like they said before. The number 1 gets first pick of a serial number, number 2 gets second pick, number 3 gets third pick, and then everybody else just gets a random one.
That seems completely fair.
And then they've just said that there's other surprises that are coming down the pike. What they're going to be, they hinted at signed memorabilia, exclusive virtual hangouts with select rookies, et cetera, et cetera. So nothing else major there, but I feel like now we're going to see some fireworks. That all being said, we've seen some fireworks since then. So we've seen a lot more locking going on. And some of the guys who I think people didn't know were going to get rare rookie moments per se, some of the lesser guys, you're seeing their moments jump. Like Ray Davis is a good example. Ray Davis was sitting at $2, and now he's a $4 moment because he's going to have a rare a Regal rookie or whatever. Sure. And so people are locking him down now. Keon Coleman's an $8 moment now. He was like a $5 moment for the longest time. Now he's $8.
Yeah.
So
I believe that.
Starting to see some movement there on some of these players.
Where's Brian Thomas Jr.
Legette's bumping up. Same thing with Bucky Irving, Cooper DeJean. Some of these guys are all bumping up now.
And where's Brian Thomas Jr. now?
He's been bumping up, but he was already bumping up, so he hasn't really gone up a lot since then. I want to say he's in that $22 range right now.
I saw him at $27 earlier today.
Let's see. Xavier Worthy's at 27. Oh, he's at 26 now.
I mean, that's a great increase. I mean, he was like a $6-7 moment for the longest time.
Well, yeah, when the moments first came out, he was going for somewhere between the $6 and $8 range, a lot, very easily,
and for a long period of time,
at the $7 to $8 range. Yeah, long period of time.
Oh yeah. Yes. That's a huge gainer right there.
That is. I mean, there's been a few of those guys. Jared Verse, dude. I remember I was buying Jared Verses for $1.50, $2.
Really?
Yeah. So he's up to 14. So
right, because he's kind of the clear cut.
I mean, it's unless he gets hurt, he's probably going to win the defensive rookie of the year. I mean,
right.
Mitchell from the Eagles has got an outside shot.
Latu's got a shot.
And there was one other guy I was trying to think of. I think that I can't remember who it was, but yeah, there was like one other guy that maybe had a shot. So I mean, there are players that have a chance, but it's definitely versus to lose right now.
Got it.
So
crazy.
So
okay.
All right. Now that I've given you that whole download, and you know that the thought behind the rookies is to lock for the rares to eventually get the legendary. The one question that I don't really feel has been answered is that if I'm wondering what they're going to mint the legendaries to. It sounds like they're going to mint them to 50. And if Jaden Daniels, let's say Jaden Daniels wins Rookie of the Year, he'll have a legendary that'll be minted to 50 that are given to the top 50 fans. So does that mean when they do is that going to be the Rookie Revelation legendary? Or are they going to do a separate legendary and he'll get 2 legendaries where he'll get the one? Because otherwise, what about if you're buying a bunch of Jaden Daniel rares, how are you going to get to a legendary if all 50 get given away during the Rookie of the Year giveaway?
Sure. I don't understand that myself. I don't know how the numbers add up on some of these.
Yeah, that's the one thing that I'm not quite sure of.
That's where I'm kind of are people going to get left holding the bag on this?
I think he's going to get 2 legendaries.
But that's not good. That's not the news you want to hear. Right? And it's imagine, let's say they go to the playoffs. Yeah. Is he going to get one for being in the playoffs too?
Not unless they win the Super Bowl.
Well, I mean, again, they've been known to do that. Imagine he has some amazing play in the wild card. They pull off an upset.
They'd make it a rare.
Maybe. But then again,
it would be hard pressed. I mean, I can't remember, but I thought the rule was only 1 legendary per player per year, but maybe that's kind of out the window now.
Yeah, I don't know. I remember at the beginning of the year, they did make an announcement that made it sound like there weren't going to be a lot of legendaries. I remember going through that, but to what extent they were doing, I don't know the specifics.
Yeah, again, I feel like whoever these legendaries that they're giving away for the Rookie of the Year guys, I feel like most of those guys are going to have 2 legendaries. I just don't see. Otherwise, it's like that completely defeats the boards for those guys.
Mm-hmm.
I guess. Yeah. Well, no, it doesn't, because if you're hold on.
Well, I mean, why do they have to do a 50 count?
Because that's what they said they were going to do.
Are you sure they said they were going to do a 50 count?
100%. It says, okay. They have said the Rookie of the Year ones are going to be 50. Now, but here's the thing. You have to be in the top 50 of the board to get the moment. So that doesn't defeat the purpose of the board. It actually, it's.
Explain that. I mean, if there's the top 50 people and they all get a moment, then there goes your 50.
Yeah. But those are the 50 who probably held the rares and all that anyway. And now they get to keep the rares instead of having to burn them to earn that moment. Because if the more, because again,
what if you don't choose to lock them and then you want to burn to get there?
Well, no, because going in, you're going to know if your guy's in the top 5 of the offensive Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess we'll have to see how it plays out.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what they're going to do, but there's a path either way, but I'll be curious to see what they do. So.
Got it.
I would like to see them keep it to 1 legendary per player personally, just because I think 2 starts to die. If there's 100 Jaden Daniel, legendaries and there's 200 rares. So,
yeah.
I don't know. I would hate to see him dilute it too much.
Yeah. What do you think the value is going to be at for some of these rares?
I think Jaden Daniels will be. My guess is his rare will be in the 200 range.
Okay.
250. I mean, it should be low. Honestly, that should be 250 should be low. It should be way higher than that. But
right.
I'm trying to be I always am way too optimistic for this product. and you're the one that's usually right. And so, but I just, man, I don't know. Like, I'm trying to be less optimistic and come down because I feel like it should be more like around like, I mean, honestly, it should be more like $400 is what I think it should be.
Right.
Just because that's the price. Like, he is the number one guy you want in the pack, and the price of the pack is $400. So to me, your premium guy should be worth the price of the pack. Period. Yeah, if he's not, then I don't think it's good economics. But you may be right. It may be bad economics. And so I'm going to just say that I think he should be 400, but I'm going to I'm listening to you and I'm toning down and I'm saying, okay, like between 2 and 250, then is where he'll fall.
Okay.
That's where I'll see that happen.
I don't think, here's the thing. I don't know. You're saying that there's going to be a total when this is all said and done, 199 of these.
That's right.
So to me, if they release them all and they all come out, if the packs are all distributed, maybe they don't get open, but if all of them come out in one day, then I think that the price that like the 80, 90, when it first comes out and the first few hit the market, it'll be high. But I think as like it goes on, it's I don't see the value. I don't want one.
Yeah.
I would. There's not. You couldn't push me into buying one of those packs. I would never. I would go out. I would take that $400 and I would go out and buy 3 Jaden Daniels or two Jaden Daniel commons and just sit on the debut instead.
2 and a few Brian Thomases.
I wouldn't buy it that high, but yeah, I would have already gotten those. But
I don't think Brian Thomas is going down, man. He is the leading receiver from the rookies right now. He is a top 5. He is to me, he is one of the top 5 rookie of the year candidates right now.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to go out on a limb here. To me, this is a ballsy statement. I think he's second place rookie of the year.
I don't think that's ballsy. I think that's a perfectly okay. Because again, who would you say is better?
I think the only person that you could, they always give it to a quarterback. So Jaden Daniels.
Jaden Daniels is number one. Look, Jaden Daniels is number one. You can't tell me Brian Thomas is having a better year than Jaden Daniels because Jaden Daniels. I can't tell you that, but the season's not over yet. No, it's not. But I'm saying right now, as of today, Jaden Daniels 1, Brian Thomas Jr. number 2.
Yes, that's kind of what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't disagree. And then I would say from there it goes probably Brock Bowers, number 3. And then I would say 4, 5 is kind of a muddle between Harrison Jr., Neighbors, Caleb Williams.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm just looking at the Commanders' schedule, and they've got a favorable schedule. So
they do. I mean, the NFC East is favorable. Like the Eagles, the Eagles are going to be
Saints. Tough. They've got a few teams like that, so they've got winnable games. So I think that the likelihood that they make the playoffs this year, kind of not.
Dude, they're 6-2. It's going to be tough to not. I mean, they're going to have to fall apart to not make the playoffs.
Yeah, but it's not like to me they're not like a great team. It seems like they're putting stuff together and they're winning, but they're not winning convincingly.
Yeah, I mean,
beating the Bears on a Hail Mary is not convincing at home.
The Bears are a good team. The Bears are.
Don't get me wrong;
team.
they're like a decent team, but I mean, playoff teams should be beating the Bears at home.
It's interesting because the NFC all of a sudden has become. I mean, we've seen the AFC be like kind of the conference for the last, almost decade. It feels like, and I definitely am feeling the power shift this year. Like it is moving from AFC to NFC. Now, there are still quality teams in the AFC, but it feels like there is more quality teams in the NFC this year.
The Lions have made a huge difference for the NFC.
Yeah. I mean, they have. The Lions are doing really well. I mean, it's you start looking at
who's your favorite to win the Super Bowl?
Right now?
Yeah.
I would assume the Chiefs.
Okay. Maybe in Vegas, but to me right now, the team that I would say doesn't look like they can be stopped is the Lions.
Well, yeah. I would say the Chiefs and the Lions are the 2 favorites right now. But here's the thing. We haven't seen a lot of in-division games. Those are starting to pop up. Yeah. Injuries are going to start piling up. This is why we love the NFL, because every year at this point we think we know what we know, and some of those things stay the same and some of those things change drastically.
Right. Jared Goff gets hurt and all of a sudden it goes,
right. Or Jared Goff just starts throwing bad, or a million things can happen. And that's the beauty of the NFL. So that's
and we
why
said
we tune
peace out
in.
to
That's
Stephon Diggs. He's out for the season. I saw Christian Kirk go out for my team. Who else went out this week? There was somebody else who's lost for the season. I can't think of who it is, but again, it's like these guys. I mean, it happens fast. It's all of a sudden you're like reading your news, and you're like, "Holy shit, that's the season for that guy."
Yep,
it happens fast.
It does.
Yep. All so right. What else do we got? Anything else here?
I think that was pretty much what we had to cover today. That was kind of what was going on. Oh, you know what? One more thing before I forget. I did a lot of complaining today, so I will say one positive thing, which I really thought was nice, which is when you go to, they added a feature real silently. They didn't make a big deal out of it, or maybe it was even tweeted about, but it was, again, it kind of flew under the radar. But when you go look at the rookie leaderboards, or you go look at the team leaderboards now, like when you go to the team page and you see all the different teams, it tells you exactly where you are, where you are on that team's leaderboard before so you don't have to click into each one and look where you're at.
That's a great feature.
It is a great feature. It's not doesn't set the world on fire, but it saves again, if you're on multiple leaderboards, it's just so nice to just look at one page and go, oh, okay, great. And then if you want to go click in and look at more, great, do it. And if not, then the same thing for all the rookie boards too. It's you can see exactly where you're at on that rookie board now.
Right. So the thing that I noticed that I kind of liked was they put a little $1,500 tag over the playbook thing.
The playbook,
how much you can. I kind of like that. I mean, it draws attention.
Yeah. If you could actually win it, it'd be even better.
Yeah. We did get a tweet from some guy, Chuck B. Stuck 99, and said, "Bro, where you guys been? I really like the energy y'all were bringing for these playbook reviews. Let them have it, fair or foul. Literally, they aren't going to get better if they don't hear some feedback consistently on playbook. Too many people gone silent about all day. It sucks." So,
well, I think we
Chuck B. Stuck 99. We took the hammer and we laid it down slightly.
Yeah, I did not. I didn't even know. I was already upset, but yeah. So great. That one's for you, Chuck. Because we feel the same way, and we are here every week. We are doing an episode every week. It hits. We film it Tuesday night so that we can get kind of the lay of the land for the next week, and it goes out early Wednesday morning. So every
usually
week
does. It usually does.
Well, yeah. Okay. We did have one. We had 1 week where we were on vacation. That's fine. But But our goal is to always have a Wednesday morning episode for everybody.
That's a nice goal to have.
Yes. All right.
Perfect. So quickly before we get off, any predictions for this next week coming up?
My prediction is nobody hits the playbook hard level.
I'm going to say...
And I know now that I say it, somebody will hit it, so that's great.
I'm going to say between 4 and 6 people hit the hard level.
I hope so. But it's going to take... basically, this boils down to...
I'm going to back that up because are you sure it's 40 yards? I'd have to double check that.
It is 40 yards. I will. Okay. I wrote it down.
I'm going to say between 2 and 4. That 40 yards going to kill. Unless there is a team where it's
dude, fuck the 40 yards. 3 passing. Just tell me right now, what quarterback is going to have 3 passing touchdowns this week?
Jared Goff.
Who are they playing?
I don't care.
They're playing the Packers.
Don't care.
Yeah, that could be a good.
Yeah, that's
we'll do our. I guess we can do our quick. We always run through the games. We should probably
let's do it quick. Well, hey, you know what? Let's make some playbook predictions instead. I think that's what the people want.
No, that's what I'm saying. Let's do. Let's do our playbook predictions like we always do and run through the games like we say, and we always say who's going to do what. So, all right, okay. So Sunday game. So here we go. Okay, do you have your schedule up?
I don't have my schedule. I'm getting the what's it called? The playbook.
I got the playbook. I'll tell you what they are.
Okay.
All right.
Got it.
So you get your week 9 schedule up here.
Just read it to me.
Thursday game's out.
Tell me what the games are. Just tell me what the games are.
Well, okay.
If you got it up.
I mean, do you want me to tell you every game, every time? You're gonna need to see it so you can pick who's gonna do the performance. Otherwise,
I see. I've already got. Oh, I see. We're gonna pick our top 3. I get where you're going with this. I'm a little slow.
I know.
That's okay.
That's okay.
All right.
It's all right.
All right. Let's hit it.
Okay. So 3 touchdown passes on a Sunday. Who's it going to be? Who's going to throw 3 touchdown passes on Sunday?
Okay. So you've already got one of mine. I'm going to go ahead and pick three quarterbacks on this one. Let's make sure that the Lions do play Sunday. Yep, they do. All right. So I would choose either Jared Goff. I would choose Joe Burrow.
Yeah, that's one of the ones I would consider.
Or I'm gonna say shit. There's a couple I want to choose. All right. So I said I'm gonna go Josh Allen.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right. I will go Joe Burrow.
Yep.
Kirk Cousins, Matt Stafford.
Those are all good picks. I think there's a strong likelihood that somebody could throw for 3.
Of course there is, but it's the dude. The point is that there's not going. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. I've already given my thing. Okay. we need a rushing touchdown.
Derrick Henry. I play him every week.
Derrick Henry against the Broncos defense has a pretty good defense.
That's a I don't give a fuck sticker right on there.
Yeah, I know. He's probably all right, so get 2 more here while we're at it.
So yeah, I would go Derrick Henry. I would go I mean, at home, I would think Kenneth Walker Jr. He's usually a pretty good one to pick.
He's actually a 3rd, but yeah, Kenny Walker the 3rd, okay.
What did I say, the 2nd?
You said junior, but yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
He's not watching. Sorry. He won't care.
So sorry. And then I would go. No, I wouldn't go there. I'm gonna go. No, he doesn't have a legendary.
Who doesn't?
I was gonna go with Tank Bigsby. I'm gonna go. Shit. Man. I don't know. Really? I'll go Bijan Robinson.
All right. Go. I'll give you my 3. Nick Chubb.
That's a good one.
DeAndre Swift. Jahmyr Gibbs.
Yeah. See, I was going to say Josh Jacobs, but I think he got hurt.
Or he's a little banged up.
Yeah, so I don't know who the backup is, because that's who I would maybe choose, but I'm not sure.
I mean, dude, even if as long as he plays, they're gonna have Malik Willis out there most. I mean, well, not most likely, but I would. They're gonna lean heavy on that run game. That's for sure.
Okay, so receiving TDs, 1
receiving touchdown.
Yep.
Let's pick 3. Here we go.
All right, I've got AJ Brown as 1.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
I've got Justin Jefferson as 1.
Okay.
And then want to go Coleman from the Bills, but he doesn't have a legendary. So I'm going to go.
I don't like Coleman from the Bills as a pick either, though, but that's fine.
That's fine. I'm going to go.
Although he's number 2 now, so he is seeing a lot. He's getting a lot more favorable coverage. Sorry. Go ahead.
I'm going to say, I don't think he's hurt, but I'm going to say T. Higgins.
Okay. T. Higgins. All right. I am going to go. I'm going to go Darnell Mooney.
Okay.
I'm going to go CeeDee Lamb.
Okay.
And I am going to go. I'm going to go Puka Nacua.
Is he even playing?
Yeah, he's back. He was back last week.
Oh, he was. Okay.
Yep.
Got it. All right. Longest reception, 40-plus yards.
40-plus yarder. All right.
Shit, Jesus.
That's where I'm going to use my Justin Jefferson.
Yeah. I'm going to go Jamar Chase.
Yep. That's a good. I'm going to go. I like him there. That's a good, yeah.
I want to go Brian Thomas Jr., but I can't because he doesn't have a legendary.
That is an ultimate, so technically you could.
Technically I could, but I'll make it more realistic here.
All right.
I'm going to go. Let's see. No. I can't even think who the Browns have at receiver anymore.
Not anybody that's got a legendary.
That's true, my friend. So I said Jamar Chase. I'm going to go.
Actually, I take that back. Jerry Jeudy, I think, has a legendary.
Oh, there you go. I'm going to go CeeDee Lamb.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go. I'm going to go Christian Watson. Or Watkinson or
Watson, yeah.
Watson.
Yep. Let's see here. Oh yeah, Williams is that's right. Williams is out for the Lions because he was cheating. He got caught.
I heard it was Viagra. Was that right?
Is that what it was?
That's what I thought I heard.
I have no idea.
Here's the question I have: is DK Metcalf back?
No, he's still hurt. He's out for a few weeks.
Yeah, okay. So that was going to be one of my choices.
All right, so here we go. 40 plus. I'll go with Justin Jefferson. I'm going to go with Jaden Reed. And I will also take, Jamar Chase is such a good pick. I have to probably, as much as I hate to take one of yours.
You could take T. Higgins if you want.
No, I don't like T. Higgins for over 40. I like Chase for over 40 by far in that one.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all I got to go with.
That cements that one.
All right.
And then let's go.
And then last one's a sack. One sack.
I am going to go. Again, it's like, who's got a legendary that's still playing?
Who are some guys that have legendaries that are good? Let's see. Colts, DeForest Buckner. That would be a decent pick here. Just because Sam Darnold's not like super mobile, so that would be one.
Yeah, I'd have to.
I would say your boy Walker on the Jags. He's one.
I'm going to go with Josh Allen.
Josh Hines Allen?
Yes, I'm going to go. Okay, so I'm looking at this right now.
All right.
It looks like I'm going to go with Sexy Dexy.
Oh, that's a good pick. Yeah, I like Sexy Dexy. Although, wait. Giants are on the bye.
No, they're not.
No, they're not. No, they're not. They're playing the
Commanders. The Commandos.
Oh, yeah, they're playing. Ooh, Sack and Jaden Daniels. Okay. All right, I like it.
And I'm going to go Josh Allen or Hines Allen. Okay. And then I'm going to go. Ooh, I really want to do this, but I don't know if I should. I'm going to go Myles Garrett.
Oh, that's a good pick. Yeah. Yeah, I can see that happening for sure. All right. I will take, let's see. I'll take your boy Trayvon Walker. I think he'll get Hurts. Hurts isn't like super fast, so I'll take Walker. I will take, I'm going to go with Brian Burns. I think Brian Burns for the Giants is going to get...
That's what I was going to do. I was going to choose two from the same teams. I was going to choose Burns and Sexy Dexy, but I couldn't.
No, I'm taking Burns. And then I got Max Crosby getting his against the Bengals.
That's not a bad one at all. So, that's a good one.
There we go.
All right. That rounds it out.
All right. That does round it out.
Okay, that was an epic episode. So
I think that was clocking in right there at almost 80 minutes. But man, I probably 20 of it was me ranting, so I apologize.
Yeah, no, just chop that off the front, put it in fast forward.
Just fast forward.
Put it on 45.
Yeah, exactly. Just watch it in 2.0. You'll be just fine.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so let's get out of here before we steal all YouTube space.
All right, excellent.
See ya.